everyone! This week we're making steamed pork buns. I've received lots of recipe requests and there are many variations, so I'm sharing my favorite recipe. These buns are filled with pork, Chinese sausage, and eggs. They're a lot of fun to make and great to have on hand for a quick meal or snack. To make the dough for the buns, we need milk, sugar, active dry yeast, cake flour, bread flour, baking powder, and vegetable oil. For the filling, we need ground pork or any ground meat of your choice, yellow onions, finely chopped, wood ear mushrooms, also finely chopped, oyster sauce, sesame oil, sugar, salt, ground black pepper, cornstarch, Chinese sausage, regular eggs hard-boiled, or my favorite, quail eggs. We also need 12 circles cut out of parchment paper or wax paper. My shortcut is to use cupcake liners. Simply flatten them out and they make perfect liners for our buns. The first thing we do is set the oven between 150 and 170 degrees Fahrenheit. As soon as the oven comes to temperature, turn off the oven right away. We want the oven to be warm for our dough later, but not hot. Microwave the milk for 30 seconds, 45 seconds if the milk is cold. The milk should be warm but not hot. Now to the warm milk, add the sugar and active dry yeast. Stir together for about a minute, and then we set aside for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, the yeast should be foamy like this. If the yeast doesn't look like this, don't continue with the dough recipe. Check the expiration on the yeast and make sure the milk isn't too hot, which would kill the yeast. Add the bread flour and cake flour into a mixing bowl. Combine everything together. Now scoop out 1 tablespoon of the flour mixture and combine it with the baking powder. We can set this aside for now. Let's add the sugar and mix it in with the flour. Give the yeast and milk mixture a quick stir and then pour into the mixing bowl. And the last ingredient we add is the vegetable oil. Now we can let our stand mixer with the dough hook attachment do all of the work. Start by mixing on low speed for about 2 minutes. Increase the speed to medium-low and again mix for another 2 minutes. The dough should start to take shape now. After 4 minutes, we should check the consistency of the dough. The dough should be sticky but not wet. If the dough is dry, add 1 tablespoon of water at a time and then mix for 30 seconds and then check the dough again. If the dough is too wet, then add 1 tablespoon of the cake flour and then mix together and check again. Add in the flour and baking powder mixture we set aside earlier and mix together. Remove from the mixing bowl and knead the dough for a few minutes. Note that the dough is soft and moist but not sticky. Place the dough into a large bowl. And now we brush on a thin layer of vegetable oil. Cover the bowl with a large kitchen towel and then place into the oven. We let the dough rest in the warm oven for 1 hour. While the dough is resting, we can make the filling. Let's start by adding the finely chopped onions, the wood ear mushrooms, oyster sauce, sesame oil, sugar, salt, ground black pepper, and lastly, cornstarch. The cornstarch helps to absorb any excess moisture in the filling. All that's left to do now is to combine everything together. Once we're finished, we can put this in the refrigerator until we're ready to use it. The dough is done resting and we see that it's doubled in size. Let's lightly flour our work surface and then gently knead the dough for 2 to 3 minutes. Next, we can cut the dough into 12 equal pieces. Take each section of dough and then roll it into a ball. Once we're finished, we cover the dough balls with a damp paper towel and let it rest for 10 minutes. While the dough is resting for the second time, we can prepare the remaining ingredients. For the hard-boiled eggs, we just cut them into 4 pieces. For the sausage links, we cut them at an angle into thin slices. This is an optional step, but I like to roll the filling into balls. We are ready to make the buns. Start by flouring our work surface. Take one of the dough balls and flatten it slightly. Now sprinkle on some flour. Let's also flour the rolling pin. We roll out the dough, making about a 5-inch circle. Gently lift the dough and then flatten the edge of the circle so it's thinner than the middle. This is so there won't be so much dough when we pinch it together at the top later. Place 2 sausage slices on the dough. Add the filling ball on top, add 1 piece of egg, and then 1 more sausage slice. There's a couple different ways to wrap the bun. One way is to pleat the dough around the bun and then pinch it together at the top. Twist the top gently and then pat the bun to round out the shape. Now place the bun on the muffin liner. Another easy way is to bring the dough up and to the middle. We then take each of the corners and then bring it to the top, and give the top of the bun a quick twist. Let's place the buns into the steamer tray. Leave room in between as they expand during cooking. Fill the steamer with water and then add 1/4 cup of vinegar. This will keep the buns nice and white. When the water comes to a rapid boil, add the steamer trays. Adjust the heat to medium-high. Take a kitchen towel and wipe out the moisture from the lid. The excess water will make the buns soggy. Steam the buns for a total of 20 minutes. About halfway through, carefully remove the lid. Wipe out the moisture from the lid again. Replace the lid and continue cooking. This is an important step to keep the buns from getting soggy. 20 minutes later, we have nice and fluffy steamed pork buns. Hi, I hope you've enjoyed this easy how-to video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post below. For full recipes, check out runawayrice.com. I work on new recipes each week, so please subscribe to my channel to stay tuned. This is Trang wishing you good eating and good health. Thanks for watching.